And a pleasant good afternoon here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, site of VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal field hockey action. It's the Kempsville Chiefs, the number 4 seed with a record of 11-5 overall, taking on the number 5 seeded Hickory Hawks, who come in at 9-7 overall. Our game today being streamed on beachsportsplex.com. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Matt Hatfield. Our game presented by Vault Athletics and Fitness, and we'll be telling you more about Vault Athletics and Fitness, as well as our other sponsors here before the face-off, as well as filling you in on some of the key contributors for both of these teams, the lineups for the Hawks of Hickory out of Chesapeake and Virginia Beach's Kempsville Chiefs in a moment. But we are about set for the national anthem, and we'll tell you more about the Hickory Hawks under Coach Sean Agiri in just a moment. But let's hear the anthem right now. So there you heard it, our national anthem, and let's start with the Hickory Hawks first under Coach Sean Agiri. Her team coming off a 7-1 win over Deep Creek in the regular season finale. They're led by a number of seniors, including number 1 Malin Corbett, number 12 Miranda Dowdy, who scored a goal against Deep Creek, number 11 Jolie Irwin, who had 2 goals and an assist against the Hornets in the regular season finale. Other seniors include number 2 Kylie Heath, number 4 Jessica Machowski, number 5 Allison Naparala. She had a goal in the regular season finale. Number 16 Lauren Pugh, goalkeeper Alexis Norco. And then in the junior class for the Hawks, number 19 Emily Bass, number 6 Kennedy Hyman, number 10 Kellen McLeod. Keep an eye on her. She had 2 goals and 2 assists the last time out for the Hawks. Number 3 Piper Reese. She scored a goal against Deep Creek to close out the 2021 regular season campaign. Number 18, Riley Staples. And the sophomores include goalie Jane Wilson, number 9, Shaylin Weed, number 20, Avery Simmons, number 15, Sadie Gordon. And then your freshmen for Hickory consist of number 13, Ashlyn Martell, number 7, Charlotte Patchell, number 14, Ashley Voiles, and number 8, Kiora Watson, as well as number 21, Josie Wilson. And I know Coach Giri, we had a chance to see their game recently against Menchville late in the regular season. Interesting fun facts for them: 8 seniors, all of which start. They were 7-5 at one point, but a couple of those losses to top-ranked teams and captains for the squad, Miranda Dowdy, who we mentioned, and Jess Machowski, a captain also. Now for Coach Amber Jones' Kempsville Chiefs, and they've had a very fine season. They started out 1-4, but they have since been red hot, winning 10 of their last 11 games and playing in a very tough district with the likes of reigning 3-time state champion Frank W. Cox High School and First Colonial. The 4th-seeded Chiefs have 7 seniors, 4 of which have been playing together since middle school. They feature the likes of Carly Hoffer, Morgan Sutton, and Aaron Sutton, who all have mothers that are Kempsville Field Hockey alumni. Senior Monique Lipton's committed to the University of Mary Washington, and that's where standout alumni Lauren Hopkins also attended. So in numerical order for the Chiefs, number 1, Delaney Ogden, number 2, Lily Everett, number 3, Haley Forbes, number 4, Abby Marcus, Rory Robertson wears number 5 for Kempsville, Sarah Green is donning jersey number 6, Monique Lipton, we mentioned her going to the University of Mary Washington. Monique wears number 7. Number 8, Amelia Aviles. Number 9, Cameron Butler. Number 13, Ava Grace James. Number 14, Carly Hoffer. Number 15, Brooke Rigger. Number 16, Aaron Sutton. Her sister, Morgan Sutton, is number 17. Morgan Moody wears number 18. And number 41 is goalkeeper Abby Karras. And we are about set for the face-off. I want to thank our hardworking team, Nick Senti, Chuck Thornton, and Maurice Burnett on camera today. Again, I'm Matt Hatfield here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach on this final Thursday of October, the 28th day of October, the year 2021. And our game today presented by Vault Athletics and Fitness. At Vault, we build athletes. And we're underway. The face-off there with Hickory pushing it out front to get things started. Hickory in the teal and black unis, teal numerals. Kempsville in the white jerseys with the red numerals. And we see the Kempsville Chiefs looking to be the one that strikes first here in today's matchup. Working along the sideline there. As you see, it's eventually taken away from Delaney Ogden. Pushed up the field. Kempsville able to push it back. And now the Chiefs on the run with Delaney Ogden, trying to get a soft pass inside the circle there to number 14, Carly Hoffer. Kempsville looking for the first goal or even drawing the first penalty corner of this afternoon. That one goes out of play. And for those just joining us, we'll have 15-minute periods, 4 of them in regulation. If not decided after regulation, a team in front, there will be overtime. And then if no scoring there, they'll go to sudden death, and then we'll decide a victor that way. Got a few more matchups coming your way in the Region 5A bracket we'll tell you about here momentarily, as Cox is the number 1 seed, and they'll be in action later on today at 5 o'clock against the number 8 seeded Tallwood Lions. Cox among the top 5 teams in the country, unblemished on the year. At 3 o'clock, there will be 2 games going on. We'll have for you on this field, field number 1, the number 2 seeded First Colonial Patriots, who's only lost this year for Beanie Schleicher's team, came against Cox, taking on the number 7 seeded Salem Sun Devils. Salem coming up short against Cox as well this year, improving squad. And the winner of the 3 versus 6 matchup that features the Cavaliers, the number 3 seed, and the number 6 seeded Bayside Marlins will see the winner of FC Salem in Tuesday's semifinal set for 3 o'clock here at the Regional Training Center. Again, the semis are Tuesday at 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The finals for the Region 5A tournament a week from today at 6 o'clock p.m. The winner of this Kempsville Hickory 4-5 matchup takes on the winner of number 1 seed Cox and number 8 seed Tallwood, coming up on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So far, Kempsville unable to do any real damage here to the Hawks and get the first goal, as we're about 3 minutes gone by in this opening frame. Kempsville trying to continue to control possession here, as you see Aaron Sutton working with it until it goes out of play. Again, thanks to Vault Athletics and Fitness, our sponsor of today's game. Check out Hampton Roads' newest 13,000 square foot facility located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach. They specialize in youth athlete development, small group training, personal training, and specialty fitness classes over there at Vault Athletics and Fitness. Hawks working from left to right, trying to dodge the Kempsville defenders, and that time number 7, Sarah Green, able to come up with it. Filling out process for both teams here in these first few minutes. These are 2 teams meeting for the first time this season. Kempsville's opponents out of district featured Grassfield and Nansemond River, who they lost to by margins of 3-1 and 5-1 respectively to open the year, before beating Norview out of district 13-0, and then came the 2 losses to Princess Anne and Cox. But since then, Coach Amber Jones's team has been red hot. They only lost during this hot streak, coming to First Colonial 6-0, and it's featured Numerous shutouts blanking the likes of Green Run, Lansdowne, Maury, Salem, Tallwood, Ocean Lakes, Oscar Smith, and Kellum, who they beat 1-0 in the regular season finale on Tuesday. That time it's taken away there for a brief moment as you saw Hickory's Jolie Irwin swipe it, but Kempsville coming back up with it, and now working with Rory Robertson in that corner area as she tries to evade Kellen McLeod. McLeod and Irwin both coming up with 2 goals apiece the last time out for Hickory. McLeod also having 2 assists, so Hickory trying to swing possession in their favor here. As for Hickory, they've got some out-of-district matchups on their ledger this year. They lost to Tab 4-0 to begin the year before shutting out Maury and Kings Fork. Then had a couple more Beach District opponents, beating Ocean Lakes 4-2 and losing to Princess Anne 5-3. A shutout of Lakeland 6-0 on September the 15th. Great Bridge, a state contender out of Chesapeake, in their district, knocking them off 3-0 on September the 17th. But also out-of-district matchups for Hickory against Tallwood, who they beat 2-1, and Maury, who they defeated 5-2 back on October the 9th. They lost that game 1-0 to Minchville back on October the 8th. Just 20 days ago in the Ring of Honor tournament, which happened right here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Hawks 3-3 their last 6 times out. Did get shut out by the Monarchs of Minchville, Nansemond River, and Grassfield in those games, trying to get an early goal, but Kempsville having the best look at one here in the first 6-7 minutes of this one. And that one will go out of play. Another one of our sponsors today, thanks to AstroTurf, playing here on this great surface. The longest lasting durability and sound player protection since 1965. The AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity, continuing to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic sport-specific performance. AstroTurf. Hawks trying to get it into Kempsville territory for one of the few times here in this opening frame. And then it goes out of bounds. So Kempsville put it in with Sarah Green here as they have it back in Hickory territory, but keeping them from getting in the attacking third, we saw number 19, Emily Bass, until it's chased down right there along the end line by Rory Robertson. 2 Kempsville defenders right there in front of the Hawks'. Check that, that's not Emily Bass, that's Riley Staples, rather, I do believe. There's a fight for it, and Hickory trying to come up with it with Shaylin Weed. Weed will hit it into play. Weed, a sophomore, and Riley Staples, a junior. 2 key players that Coach Shauna Giri will be counting on beyond this 2021 playoff run as they look to build further. Chiefs will keep it in Hickory territory here. Brooke Rediger going to run that one down. A trio of undefeated teams in Hampton Roads so far this year. Cox is one of them at 14-0 overall. Gloucester is another at 16-0 overall out of Region 5B. And the Tab Tigers from Region 3A at 16-0 unblemished as well. So we'll see if a few of those unbeaten squads out of Hampton Roads can add to the trophy cases and bring some hardware back to the 757 area code, as the state playoffs. We'll give you more specific dates on those as we move along here today. Will be taking place in the Fredericksburg area. Massaponax, one of the sites for the state semis. We'll give you those dates for the quarterfinals as well as the semis and finals here in just a moment. If you want viewable details, go to the VHSL webpage at vhsl.org for those. As Kempsville now has it with number 18, Morgan Moody, who sends it back out of play. They'll try to spread them out. Monique Lipton. Oh, good move there to get away from the defender. I believe that's Cameron Butler for Kempsville. Some fancy footwork there from Butler. Footwork and stick work. Quarterfinals will be at local sites November the 9th. Massaponax High School and Spotsylvania High School will host semifinals for the state tournament on November the 12th. That is 2 weeks from tomorrow on a Friday, and the state finals are slated for November 13th, a Saturday at Cortland High School in Spotsylvania. $2 p.m. for the state final in Class 5. The state semis, 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. that November 12th date at Spotsylvania High School. Tickets $10 for those matchups. The Region A champion will play the Region B runner-up in the state quarters, while the Region A runner-up goes to travel to the Region B champ. And the neat thing for Class 5 is you obviously have tidewater teams in both Region 5A and Region 5B this year. So there should be some type of representation in not just the state corners, but at the state semi level, and a very good chance for that in the state final round, as the Chiefs get it back in the circle of Hickory until it is smacked out of play. As we tick under 4.5 minutes to go in this first period. No scoring and no penalty corners in this opening quarter so far. Cameron Butler tries to get it away from Charlotte Patchell, the freshman for Hickory, who has been very feisty here in this opening quarter for her team, keeping the Chiefs off the board. Doing a good job defensively are the Hawks. Trying to take that momentum from the strong showing against Deep Creek to close out the season in today's playoff game. Just as you would expect a 4-5 matchup in the postseason at any level of sports competition. You're talking about field hockey, volleyball, baseball, softball, football, basketball, you name it, to be evenly matched. It's been pretty much that way here, even though Kempsville's dominated possession and kept Hickory out of their end. Hawks get through this first quarter without any points on the board for Kempsville. They have to feel very good. And this is going to be the best chance for Kempsville yet here, with the first penalty corner here coming at about the 3.5 minute mark of our opening period. Chiefs get it in here. Little dump off to Butler, who then loses it. And Hickory again just playing smart heads-up hockey here, as they're making Kempsville work for everything they can get in their attacking third area. So we've seen McLeod, we've seen Charlotte Patchell, also Riley Staples. Some of the defenders stepping up, making plays. Machowski and Dowdy, two of the captains and main leaders. Here comes another penalty corner for the Chiefs. Can they capitalize on this? Watch out for number 14, Carly Hoffer, in the center area. She could be the one they try to get this to. They get it to Hoffer off the dump off from Monique Lipton. And nothing doing there, as that one will sail out of play to the other net there on the far side. So Hickory holding up pretty well. Now, can they get anything created with their own offense here? Some of their passes on timing just not there. Chiefs come up with Morgan Moody. But again, a few Hickory defenders able to block her pathway. That's Hoffer until it gets poked back out. Ava Grace James with it. And now Lipton working inside the circle, splitting two defenders. Good look at it. And we're going to see the Chiefs draw a penalty corner off that. Monique Lipton splitting two defenders. And let's see if this third corner is a charm for Kempsville, as they are chopping wood, taking swipes at it. Let's see if it pays off with a goal. Inside, they're trying to get it over to Lipton. Now Hoffer. High archer will head out of play. So we're getting a lot of quality looks here, but about to tick under a minute to go in this first quarter. And we're still scoreless despite a few different chances here for Kempsville off penalty corners. Monique Lipton, as well as Carly Hoffer, threatening time and time again against Hickory. We'll see if the Hawks can bust out the offense. They've had 4 games this year since September 22nd where they've scored at least 5 goals, beating Indian River, Maury, Deep Creek, and Oscar Smith in those. Well, they haven't had quite the level of success against some of the beach teams, despite a victory over Ocean Lakes out of district back in early September. Chiefs on the move in the attacking third with Delaney Ogden. And she'll slip and lose possession of it, but continuing to stay with it. Now here's Hoffer. And that horn means we've reached the end of 1 period of play here. So we'll take a timeout here at the Regional Training Center. You'll hear from some of our sponsors and come back with more of this VHSL Region 5A quarterfinal between the 4th-seeded Kempsville Chiefs and the 5th-seeded Hickory Hawks right here on BeachSportsplex.com. Now let's hear from Chicho's Pizza.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
Vault Athletics and Fitness are proud supporter and sponsor of today's matchup in the 2021 VHSL Region 5A quarterfinals, where the 5th-seeded Hickory Hawks, who come in at 9-7 overall, and the 4th-seeded Kempsville Chiefs at 11-5 overall, are scoreless through 1 period of play. The Chiefs, who won its regular season finale 1-0 over Kellum thanks to a goal from Monique Lipton, have had 3 penalty corners but come up empty on each of them, while the Hawks, who defeated Deep Creek 7-1 in its last time out, thanks to a couple of goals each from Jolie Irwin and Kellen McLeod, and Jolie Irwin, unable to get any penalty corners or really any quality look inside Kempsville territory. But the Hawks going to try to shift field position in its favor in those black unis with the teal numerals, working from left to right. The Chiefs from east to west, if you will, right to left on your television screen or computer screen, whatever you might be watching, perhaps a mobile device. And you can always find our field hockey action from the Regional Training Center by going to YouTube, typing in Virginia Beach Sportsplex, and clicking that subscribe button. Also go to BeachSportsplex.com. Tell all your friends, family, athletes that you know at BeachSportsplex.com under streaming, and click the link for archive broadcasts and upcoming events as well, be it field hockey, football, soccer, you name it. Thanks to the great folks here putting it on here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex and the Regional Training Center. Hickory, number 12 there, Miranda Dowdy, one of the captains, trying to connect with the teammate. Instead, it's going to be intercepted, and then the Hawks come right back with it. Nifty job there by Allison Naparala. And that one will sail out of play. Very comfortable temperature right now here on this Thursday, 66 degrees. Cloudy out here. We've had just a little bit of mist in the morning, but not the type of forecast like tomorrow where they're expecting heavy downpours all across the state, especially here in Hampton Roads, as I see a 94% chance of heavy rain and some thunderstorms. Let's hope that doesn't play havoc with some of the outdoor athletic events such as football around the state and here in Tidewater. I know a couple of football games have been moved up around the state, especially in the Fredericksburg and Richmond areas, to tonight from Friday. And I know one local game here with Churchland and Manor out of Portsmouth has been moved up to tonight from Friday, but still the slate ongoing for the Beach District for Friday's football action with 4 games featuring Cox hosting Green Run, First Colonial playing host to Kempsville, Kellum hosting Tallwood, and Lansdowne traveling to Princess Anne. Bayside has its homecoming Saturday at 2 o'clock against Salem. And the Hawks with a great chance here. It's going to be stopped by the goalie of Kempsville, Abby Karras, doing a good job as Hickory thought they had a one-on-one breakaway look there. Best view all day for the Hawks. I believe that was number 10, Kellen McLeod, who nearly put her team on the board. But Karras having to come out of that net and stop her. Hold your breath if you're a Kempsville fan, as despite controlling possession of the ball for pretty much the duration of that opening period, looked like they might go down 1-0 here in the first few minutes of the second quarter. And that one will sail out of play. I want to shout out another one of our sponsors here, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. They're not your typical mortgage company. They understand getting a mortgage can be stressful, but they're here to guide you every step of the way and lend you peace of mind. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group is dedicated to providing you an enjoyable journey from beginning to end. .5 minutes to go in this first half. And Kempsville able to step in front of that pass. Hawks much more active and aggressive here in this second quarter. Instead of just kind of almost relaxing and back on their heels, they're the one that's initiating the action. And Kempsville trying to play a little catch up here as it's going to be retrieved by the Chiefs' Rory Robertson, who tries to get it up ahead to Morgan Moody on the run, and that one will sail out of play. And the Hawks go chase it down. In addition to Region 5A, there's quite a bit of field hockey action happening around the area. Region 6A's field hockey tournament gets underway today at 4 o'clock at Kellum High School. Grassfield and Ocean Lakes go toe-to-toe. At 6 o'clock at Kellum High, it's the Knights playing host to Western Branch. Winner of that will move on to the regional semis. Other side of that bracket in Region 6A features Cosby and James River today at 2 o'clock at the River City Complex, and at 4 o'clock at the River City Complex, Thomas Dale facing Manchester. So the way the bracket is structured, there will be one Tidewater team, be it Western Branch, Kellum, Ocean Lakes, or Grassfield, that makes it to the regional finals and thus the state tournament in Class 6. Hawks now working inside the attacking third of Kempsville. Amber Jones urging on her Chiefs team to stay tough here defensively. You see a lot of white jerseys, a lot of bodies, pretty much providing traffic in there, and that traffic results in an interception for Carly Hoffer. And then we'll shoot it a little bit too far ahead for Rory Robertson. Hawks able to pull it in now, and that one will go out of play as they were trying to dial something up with Shaylin Weed, the 10th grader, on the move. It's under 10 minutes until halftime here. Kempsville with it again. Monique Lipton, an exciting player to watch, not just here at the high school ranks for folks around the Beach District, but we'll get a chance to see her continue to flourish at Mary Washington in college. He's been one of the top playmakers for Coach Jones's Kempsville team this year and been a key reason why they've had double-digit goals in a couple of different games against Norview and Green Run specifically, as they started to turn things around from that 1-4 start to where they're sitting at 10-1 the last 11 games. Chiefs getting a really good look at things, and we'll get a whistle and head the other way. A reminder that the winner here will be back in action, advancing to the regional semis on Tuesday against the winner of today's quarterfinal, coming up at 5 o'clock between top-seeded Cox, the unbeaten Falcons, taking on the 8th-seeded Tallwood Lions. Chiefs very patient now. Get it in the center there to Delaney Ogden. Ogden can't get a good smack at it, and that time it looks like it hit. Accidental, inadvertent. The stick making contact with Shaylin Weed, number 9 of the Hawks. Hickory will try to reverse field position here. They'll get it over to Malin Corbett, one of their senior leaders. A host of them on this roster for Coach Geary's team. Morgan Mooney knocks it away. And now Cameron Butler will try to work the far sideline. Turn it back inside. Gets it over to Aaron Sutton. Sutton's pass is deflected and picked away by the Hawks. Jolie Irwin now trying to turn up field, but a nifty move by Cameron Butler defensively with her stick. And she's moving into the circle of Hickory. And we're going to get a penalty corner now for the Chiefs, their first of the second quarter, fourth of the half, as we tick under 7 minutes to go in this half. Cameron Butler made that happen, folks. Just great presence of mind defensively to stay under control and draw that. And they try to get it to Butler on that entry from Ogden. Kempsville will set it back up here, this penalty corner. Watch out for Hoffer as well, number 14. They get it into Lipton, over to Hoffer. And off the carom, Hickory's able to dodge control. It's going to be taken away, though, and it's going to roll out of play. Hickory doing a good job off those rebounds, not letting Kempsville get a second and third opportunity. And racing back out into Chiefs territory. Coach Geary's team showing their experience here in the second quarter after a bit of a slow start. Hawks on the move with Kellen McLeod. And it's going to be poked away by the Chiefs there. And looks like Kempsville will put it over to Monique Lipton, and her pass to Morgan Moody is off the mark. So Hickory will put it into play with Miranda Dowdy now. And that's going to be deflected. Chiefs with Carly Hoffer trying to get into Hickory territory now. On the far side, they work it along the sideline, and it goes out of play with Cameron Butler trying to speed things up. Another one of our sponsors here today of Field Hockey action from the Regional Training Center is Zoop Eatery. At Zoop, you can build the perfect box lunch. They have customizable, individually packaged meals for your convenience. Choose from any of the wide variety of salads, made-to-order sandwiches, soups, and they're all served with a hunk of bread plus dessert. There's something for the whole gang when you go to Zoop Eatery. One nearby. I might have to see if I can stop in fast enough in between some of these games and pay Zoop a visit. See if I can dash off in between our maybe 15, 20-minute breaks. Let's hope the traffic doesn't get in my way. Shall I go that direction? There's one right nearby here in the Lancetown area of Virginia Beach. You got the Sportsplex in the Regional Training Center. Kempsville's Delaney Ogden nearly squeezes a goal in. She tries to get it to that near post to our screen. She was working from the opposite angle. Had a pretty good look at it. But the Hawks will avoid trouble again. But the Chiefs staying after things with Carly Hoffer, Monique Lipton, Morgan Moody. That trio, along with Delaney Ogden, have been very prevalent in this Chiefs attack, and that one will sail out of play under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Still scoreless here in the Regional Training Center. Quarterfinal bout between the Hawks of Hickory from Chesapeake and the Virginia Beach Kempsville Chiefs. Virginia Beach-based Kempsville Chiefs, I should say. Neutral site, although, both teams are familiar with this surface, so you really don't say there's home field, or like they'd say in basketball, sometimes home court advantage. Kempsville might feel like a little bit of an edge because they're playing in their city. Not like Hickory had to go too far, probably about a good 25, 35 minute, maybe 40 minute, depending on traffic travel for them. And getting to do it on a school day in the middle of the day, that might be one of the perks, I guess you could say. Still have to get all that classwork and schoolwork done at some point, though. Nice job by the Hickory goalkeeper to forward it away. Alexis Norco has been very solid in this first half. Terrific job by her. Fifth penalty corner, though, coming up for the Chiefs of Kempsville High, with Delaney Ogden set to put it into play. Under 2 minutes to go in our first half. Monique Lipton trying to get it in there, but again, Norco doing an excellent job to lay her body out and block it. Some missed opportunities for the Chiefs, but they're not going to quit. They stay after it, continuing to battle and scrap here with less than 90 seconds to go in our half. Hickory has yet to get a penalty corner, but they have to feel pretty good that they're not down a goal or two, given the numerous chances Kempsville's had. Many more have come in the first period. Hickory started to get things going in the second quarter and had a real good chance at that first goal. A little bit of a mini breakaway. That one's going to roll away from Sarah Green, and now the Hawks on the run with Kellen McLeod. She's dangerous, folks. Ooh, a little spin move, if you will. Turning her body away from the defender. Naparella loses the handle. Kempsville trying to get it away from the pesky Charlotte Patchell. Hawks lose it. Delaney Ogden now pushing it into Hickory territory. And then Robertson has it for a brief moment. It's going to be deflected off the stick, and I see shaking the hand Morgan Moody for Kempsville. I think she not only got her stick on it, but maybe the hand might have hit the ball. Under 20 seconds to go in our first half, still scoreless. Hawks going to try to get something brewing here before the time runs out. And in the final few seconds, we're going to go to intermission, all squared up at no goals for either side. The Hawks of Hickory and the Chiefs of Kempsville, the number 4 versus number 5 seed. As you would expect, an evenly matched battle here to see who moves on to the regional semifinals on Tuesday to take on the winner of the quarterfinal later on today at 5 o'clock between top-seeded and undefeated Cox against 8th-seeded Tallwood. So we'll step aside. You'll hear from some of our sponsors here at the half, and we'll come back with second half action from the Regional Training Center on beachsportsplex.com. Now let's hear from Why Not? Vault Athletics and Fitness, our sponsor of today's Region 5A field hockey quarterfinal matchup between the 11-5 Kempsville Chiefs, the number 4 seed, and the number 5 seed Hickory Hawks, who come in at 9-7 overall. Matthew Hatfield here, your broadcaster for today's 2021 regional playoff matchup. Coming up at 3 o'clock, we'll have 2 games on our Field 1 broadcast. It'll be the First Colonial Patriots, the number 2 seed, taking on the number 7 seeded Salem Sun Devils with a start time set for 3 o'clock. And then at 5 Eastern, we'll have the number 1 seed Cox Falcons, unbeaten on the year, 3-time defending state champs, taking on the number 8 seed Tallwood Lions. No scoring so far, despite 5 penalty corners from Kempsville, none for the Hawks of Hickory. Kempsville coming in red hot, winners of 10 of their last 11 games, the lone blemish against First Colonial. Hickory, no slouch either. They're 9-7 on the year, and they've battled through a tough schedule. They've won 3 in a row at one point early in the season, but have not lost more than 2 straight. They've pretty much been alternating a lot of wins and losses here the last month and a half of the season, but hanging tough with the Kempsville Chiefs. And again, the winner of today will move on to the regional semis and be just 1 victory away after today from qualifying for the state tournament. Again, for those of you unaware, the state tournament for field hockey this year are going to be taking place on November the let me double check that date. Yeah, November the 9th for the quarterfinals, the semis on November the 12th at Spotsylvania High School, and then the finals on Saturday, November 13th at Cortland High School. You heard from Why Not Italian and Vault Athletics and Fitness, and let's hear from another one of our sponsors of Field Hockey Action, and we'll come back here in just a bit with third quarter action, and that sponsor being CHKD.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
whenever,
wherever,
however.
And we're about set for the third quarter in this 2021 Region 5A quarterfinal between the Hickory Hawks, wearing the dark unis with the teal numerals, and the Kempsville Chiefs donning the white jerseys with the red numbers. Matt Hatfield here with you from the Regional Training Center on this cloudy yet pleasant and comfortable Thursday afternoon, as the days in October wind down and people out there get ready for trick-or-treat Halloween coming up in just a few days. I give out more treats than tricks. When I was a kid, it was the other way around. Hawks now going to be going from right to left. I just see them straight ahead, and Kempsville now from west to east will head out of play. And thanks to all of our sponsors here for making this broadcast possible for you. Zoop Eatery, Why Not Italian, Vault Athletics and Fitness, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, CHKD Sports Medicine, John's Tax Service, One Life Fitness, Chicho's Pizza, Dairy Queen, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, and AstroTurf. Kempsville with Aaron Sutton. Going to try to get it past Charlotte Patchell till it sails out of play. Cameron Butler looking to work her way past multiple Hickory defenders. Hawks will knock it out of bounds. About a minute and a half through this second half. Hickory still looking for their first penalty corner of the contest. Chiefs with some nifty maneuvering from Aaron Sutton there. Monique Lipton. Can she make it 2 goals in 2 games this week? She was the lone scorer in the 1-0 shutout of Kellum to close out the regular season on Tuesday. It's going to be hopped on by Morgan Sutton, and then that one just out of the reach of Cameron Butler. And it'll go out of bounds. You see Amber Jones in the blue shirt there to your screen, the coach of Kempsville. What a story they've had this year. Following a 1-4 start, I'm not sure many envisioned them being the number 4 seed behind only 3rd-seeded Princess Anne, 2nd-seeded Traditional State Power First Colonial, and then the nationally ranked 3-time reigning state champion Cox Falcons. And that one I think scraped the chin, if you will, of Delaney Ogden. And unintentionally there from Hickory's Miranda Dowdy, the Hawks captain, trying to get something up the field for her team. And Malin Corbett will scoot it away from multiple Kempsville defenders. But going back to what I was just saying, Kempsville, after that 1-4 start, to win 10 of 11 and get one of the top 4 seeds in a very, very ultra-competitive Region 5A field, no small feat. Plenty to be proud of in that regard. Hickory has been used to competing deep in the playoffs in quite a few sports, spring, winter, or fall, and we think of all the success they've had in softball over the years, and these young ladies having a nice season here in field hockey in the fall after having an abbreviated spring campaign. All the schools around Hampton Roads dealing with that. And Coach Giry's senior-laden group getting above 500 after playing quite a few Southeastern District tussles, as well as some out-of-district challenges that have prepped them for this playoff run. The Chiefs able to get it away from the Hickory defense. Another nice move from Cameron Butler. And 2 Hickory defenders now in her way. That pass is going to be stolen away by the Hawks' Miranda Dowdy. But Delaney Ogden trying to put more pressure on Dowdy in that Hickory defense. A little bit of back and forth, although it's taking place mostly in the attacking third of Hickory. McLeod trying to get it upfield. And then Naparella loses the handle. Hawks will try to stretch out this Kempsville defense. And as they do so with the ball going out of play, let's tell you about another one of our sponsors here today from the Regional Training Center, and that would be One Life Fitness, One Inspired Life. They're here to help you start your new membership today in that journey to being fit. Just go to any one of the 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations. Stop in. You can also go online to onelifefitness.com and claim a free trial pass. One Life Fitness. Monique Lipton for Kempsville. She is a factor. Coach Jones trying to get some movement. Doesn't want a lot of players just standing around. Come help the helper, as they like to say. Get in position for the teammates to find her on a feed. Lily Everett tries to create something. Now Kempsville getting deeper, getting some good penetration, but Hickory looking to stop them there, and Butler just didn't get that shot off in time and the right angle to get that 1-0 lead for her team. Kempsville again trying to threaten here against the Hawks, but we see a little bit of back and forth play, and now Hickory into Kempsville territory for one of the brief moments in this third period. Going to be chased down between number 11 of Hickory, Jolie Irwin, and number 7, Monique Lipton of Kempsville, who kneels down to tie her left shoe. Taking under 8 minutes to go in the second half. Kempsville takes it away there with Morgan Moody. And now Brooke Rediger. Under 7 minutes to go in the third period. And they'll draw the first penalty corner of this half, as Rediger has been very persistent. Let's see if Kempsville can turn this into the game's first goal, as they've got 7, 9, and 15 all in the center area. Lipton, Butler, and Rediger. It's going to be Lipton dumping it off to a teammate. She gets it back on the feed from Ogden. It's going to bounce off a couple of feet, including that of number 18, Riley Staples. And guess what that means? Another penalty corner coming up for the Chiefs at about the 6:15 mark of this third quarter. The sun's starting to peek out here. They get it to Lipton in the middle. She gets it over to Butler, back to Lipton. And again, it will ricochet off a Hickory player. Not one, but two. And a third penalty corner in this sequence. Let's see if it is the charm as that sun tries to open up here on this cloudy Thursday with the wind picking up as well. Into Lipton. She squeezes past two defenders. It's going to be booted by Norco. And then the goal is good for Delaney Ogden. Kempsville strikes first here with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Delaney Ogden will give the assist to Monique Lipton as well, as Kempsville's on the board. 1-0 our score. That third penalty corner was indeed the charm for the Chiefs. Eventually you keep chopping wood and hammering at that dam. It's going to bust through, and Kempsville takes the lead. And Ogden and company are looking for more. She'll take a spill. What hustle she's been showing throughout the day. Delaney Ogden of the Kempsville Chiefs, the first goal scorer of this 2021 Region 5A VHSL Field Hockey Tournament. She's had quite a few big games this year, a pair of goals and an assist in an 11-0 shutout of Green Run. Also scored in a 3-1 win over Bayside earlier this month, as well as a key goal and a 2-1 overtime victory over Ocean Lakes back in the spring season. I think Morgan Moody had the game-winning goal in that matchup back in March. And some of those experiences helping out a good deal. Had a hat trick against Salem as well. She's been a big influence on this Kempsville team, and now on the run trying to connect maybe with Cameron Butler if she keeps the head up and finds her on the run here. Coach Jones waving that left hand saying, keep this pace up. See if this up-tempo style can wear Hickory down and result in another penalty corner or that insurance goal to take a 2-point lead. So another penalty corner coming up for the Chiefs with Ogden set to put it into play. Maybe she gets the assist this time to Lipton, who's tying both shoes yet again. And to the right of her on this setup, you have Cameron Butler and Brooke Rediger. Into Lipton, over to Cameron Butler. Back over to Lipton. Looks like it bounces off that near post where Kempsville's working. To the left of your screen. Chiefs going to hang with it with Carly Hoffer, evading one Hickory defender. Stepping in front that time, though, is going to be Piper Reese, the junior. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kempsville working along the end line, or the baseline as I like to call it. Battle between 18s. Morgan Moody for Kempsville and Riley Staples for Hickory. And it translates into the 5th penalty corner of the period. The 10th of the game for Kempsville. Hickory is yet to get one. And they only trail by 1, but this lead can widen to 2 in a matter of seconds. Lipton dumps it off, and that one's going to be off the mark there. Just a tough angle to try to get a goal there for Carly Hoffer. You wonder if Hickory wasted its best chance to get on the board back in the early moments of the second quarter when they had a mini run out, and it was Abby Karras coming out of goal to step forward and deny that chance. That one's going to roll out of play with Carly Hoffer. And now Cameron Butler. So another penalty corner now coming up for the Chiefs of Kempsville High. Lipton will go right and then turn it back in left. See a little bit of a splash as that one will be knocked out. Good job by the Hickory defense to step forward and keep things from getting away from them. It's number 5, Allison Naparala. Irwin. What more deliberate approach for Kellen McLeod and her team. That one will go out of play. Hawks having a harder time maintaining possession and moving into Kempsville territory to draw any type of a scoring look. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as we near 2 o'clock in the East. And Kempsville moments away from taking a 1-0 lead into our fourth and final period of regulation in this Region 5A quarterfinal matchup to see who marches on to the semifinals. So we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. Kempsville with a 1-0 lead, trying to up its record to 12-5 on the season. And in doing so, we're going to step aside here on beachsportsplex.com, and you'll hear from another one of our sponsors here, and that would be Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals. Revitalize your property today.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
So 757-668-PLAY is the number for CHKD Sports Medicine. The multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of injury and illness in pediatric and college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine, one of our proud sponsors of today's 2021 VHSL Region 5A Field Hockey quarterfinal between the 9-7 Hickory Hawks, the number 5 seed out of Chesapeake's Southeastern District, and the number 4 seeded Kempsville Chiefs from Virginia Beach, who come in at 11-5 overall. Kempsville leading it 1-0. Matt Hatfield here with you on our streaming broadcast on beachsportsplex.com, and you can also find us on the YouTube channel by searching Virginia Beach Sportsplex and hitting that subscribe button. Tell your friends, your neighbors, anyone you know that's a fan of high school sports and field hockey, as Delaney Ogden is on the run. She was the one that scored the game's first goal at the 5:33 mark off a penalty corner from a feed by Monique Lipton. Monique had the game's lone goal for the Chiefs in their 1-0 shutout of Kellum in the regular season finale. And this Kempsville team that has been red hot here lately, winners of 10 of their last 11 games. 8 shutouts in that stretch. 2 other games that they won over Deep Creek and Bayside, both by 3-1 margins where they gave up just 1 goal each. So goalkeeper Abby Karras has been absolutely top-notch in this second half of the season run following a 1-4 start for the Lady Chiefs of Kempsville High. Hickory trying to get their first penalty corner of the day and subsequent goal to knot things up at 1 each. But Kempsville not giving them much daylight to work with. As Carly Hoffer gets by one defender before bumping into Hickory's number 12, Miranda Dowdy. Miranda, one of about 8 seniors, I think it is, on this Hickory roster for Coach Sean Agiri's group. And once again, it is Alexis Norco among that 12th grade contingency for Hickory, able to boot the ball away and keep Kempsville from adding to its 1-0 lead. And you would think in a game like this, a 2-0 lead would be pretty safe, especially with under 13 minutes to go in regulation play. Hickory just trying to get to overtime and find that goal equalizer to extend their season. You know, most expecting the winner here to see Cox, although the Falcons still have to play at 5 o'clock today in the regional quarters against Tallwood. Nothing is a foregone conclusion when you're talking about teenage kids and high school athletics. Nonetheless, we'll see how Tallwood responds to that matchup today, and a big test for them. Cameron Butler able to get by 2 defenders for the Hawks. Charlotte Patchell, the 9th grader, and Miranda Dowdy, one of the senior captains for Hickory. She's hoping this is not her final game in a Hickory uniform playing field hockey. Same goes for number 4 senior captain Jessica Machalski. 2 of the inspirational leaders for this Hickory team. It's going to be Malin Corbett on this reset. Beanie Schleicher is here, head coach of First Colonial. Her team's in action coming up next against the Salem Sun Devils in the matchup between the number 2 seeded Patriots and the number 7 seeded Salem Sun Devils. FC coming off victories the last 2 days over Cape Henry and Maury to close out its regular season. Another excellent campaign for the gals from FC. Salem trying to extend its season in that matchup. Many expecting coming into this tournament, we'll see a First Colonial Cox showdown a week from today for the regional title. And remember, the last 2 teams standing in this 8-team bracket move on to the state playoffs no matter what. So you can technically lose the regional championship and still go on in the state playoffs and win a state championship. Doesn't happen very often. It's happened more often in other sports. I've seen it happen in baseball or softball or boys or girls basketball. But it is conceivable. Back in the spring, only 1 team from each region moved on. And in fact, First Colonial and Cox squared off in the regional quarterfinals. So we'll see what takes place as this tournament moves along. Kempsville trying to be the first team to punch its ticket to the regional semis. And we'll try to fill you in on some of the other regions for those that are curious about 5B, 5C, and 5D. Again, make sure you go to vhsl.org for more detail with those brackets in full detail. As the Chiefs' chance inside the circle was pretty much bottled up. Hickory trying to dig out of its own attacking third area here with about 9 minutes and change to go. And we'll tell you about another one of our sponsors, which is none other than Chicho's Pizza, which has been a beach institution since 1968, serving the best pie around for more than 50 years, from the single founding location to now 8 different spots around Hampton Road. Stop in, order online to find out why they're a favorite all across Tidewater. Chicho's, more than a pizza. And on the field just adjacent to us will be the Bayside Marlins, the number 6 seed, taking on the number 3 seed Cavaliers of Princess Anne in a regional quarterfinal. As the victor there will inch a step closer to state playoff field hockey competition. Hawks on the move in the Kempsville circle for one of the first times of the day, and that's going to be knocked away by Abby Karras. Scooped up by Lily Everett. Hawks continuing to battle here. It's number 5, Allison Naparala. And then it heads out of play again. The Region 5B bracket features Gloucester as the number 1 seed, playing coming up on November the 3rd. That's on Wednesday at Powhatan Field in the semifinals against the winner of the quarterfinal game coming up on Monday between number 4 seed Maury and number 5 seed Granby, 2 Norfolk Eastern District rivals. Also in Region 5B, it's number 3 seed Menchville playing number 6 seed Norview at Powhatan Field coming up on Monday. It's a doubleheader on Monday at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Number 2 seed Nansemond River from Suffolk in the Southeastern District has a bye. The Warriors will take on the winner of Menchville Norview on Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Powhatan Field. Gloucester playing the winner of Maury Granby at 5 p.m. on Wednesday at Powhatan Field. And then the regional championship set for a week from today, Thursday, November 4th at 6 p.m. The last 2 teams standing there will move on to the state playoffs and take on the Region 5A champion and runner-up in the state quarterfinals. And those games will be at local sites. Kempsville getting to it with number 15, Brooke Rediger. And you see the watering of the pitch on the other field. You know, some kids, little kids, would love just to run through that, get soaking wet. You can get as wet as you would getting from a super soaker running through that hose. The watering of the pitch on Field 2 for that Bayside Princess Anne game coming up. We'll have First Colonial and Salem for you here on Field 1 when this one is in the books. Kempsville clinging to a 1-0 lead on Hickory Hawks, trying to get a goal and keep hope alive for moving on to the regional semis. Right now, though, it is Kempsville in the lead by a goal. I see the man in charge of athletics here for Virginia Beach, David Rhodes, out here supporting these young ladies. Great to see. Does an outstanding job here for all of our area athletes and teams across the city of Virginia Beach. Bob Robbins here today as well, the student activities coordinator at Princess Anne High School. He's the regional chair, tournament chair, helping get out all the info to the media, doing a splendid job also. Kempsville number 9 there, Cameron Butler, going to try to get it to Delaney Ogden before it heads out of play. Another one of our sponsors here of field hockey action from the Regional Training Center is Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Oh yeah, trying to get refreshed? Why not stop in at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, where they're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering, box lunches, and Tropical Smoothie Cafe can be found on Princess Anne Road right across the street from Tidewater Community College. Eat better, feel better at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Penalty corner for the Kempsville Chiefs. As we tick under 4 minutes to go, it's going to be their 12th of the day, first of this fourth quarter. They get it into Monique Lipton, the Mary Washington commit. Feeds it over to Cameron Butler, and it is deflected away by the Hawks, who are hanging tough despite no penalty corners in this matchup. You would say 12 penalty corners to none for the opposition. This thing's got to be a lopsided score. It's 1-0. It's been a pretty good battle throughout. Chiefs got that one goal in the third period at the 5:33 mark, courtesy of Delaney Ogden off a feed from Monique Lipton, as they cashed in to take that one-goal lead where we stand now. Carly Hoffer skates away from one defender, and you see feet getting tangled between number 7 and number 18, Monique Lipton of Kempsville and Riley Staples of Hickory. So another penalty corner, and this is how they got that last goal. Third time's a charm on a sequence here. Let's see if it happens again for Kempsville to put this one away, basically. Lipton, and that will bounce off the foot of the Hawks' number 3. That has to sting if you're Piper Reese. None too pleasant to have that thing coming at you full speed and smack at the foot. That's why you get those steel plate shoes. That's what I would do. Fifteenth penalty corner of the contest now for Kempsville. Their 10th of the half. Ogden into Lipton. And again, it strikes a foot of a Hawks player, Lauren Pugh, the senior. If you're Kempsville, this is a great strategy. Just keep milking this clock as it goes from under 4 minutes to under 3 minutes to less than 2 minutes remaining here, with Delaney Ogden taking her sweet time to put this into play, with her team nursing a 1-0 lead. Ogden to Lipton. Lipton passes it over to number 14, whose shot is wide there, Carly Hoffer. Kempsville looking for their 10th shutout of the season. And a chance to move to 12-5 overall. Their 2 wins that were not shutouts: 3-1 over Deep Creek on October 15th and 3-1 over Bayside on October the 19th. It's going to be Hoffer getting into Hickory territory. She finds Ogden. Ogden trying to beat 2 defenders. Not going to get past Malin Corbett. Hickory running short on time here with under 50 seconds to play. Can they move into Kempsville territory? They do. Now can they get closer and move inside the attacking 25? They won on that situation, as it'll be Carly Hoffer and Cameron Butler. Now Ogden on the run here, trying to get that one last goal to put the icing on the cake, so to speak. Under 20 seconds to play. Hickory running out of time here. And when you want some sweet treats, every day is sweet when they're serving you Blizzard treats like they do at Dairy Queen, like M&M's, cookie dough, Reese's, and Oreo fudge. They say thanks to being fans for all these years, go pay them a visit at Dairy Queen Lansdowne. Fan food, not fast food. And we have reached the conclusion of this Region 5A quarterfinal, where the Kempsville Chiefs have pitched their 10th shutout of the season, blanking the Hickory Hawks by a count of 1-0 to improve to 12-5 overall. Hickory will drop to 9-8 on the year. Delaney Ogden's goal at the 5:33 mark of the third period off a penalty corner, with Monique Lipton getting that assist, helping the Chiefs and Coach Amber Jones's team to advance to the semifinals coming up on Tuesday afternoon, where Kempsville will take on the winner of the quarterfinal that we have coming up at 5 o'clock between top-seeded Cox and 8th-seeded Tallwood. Kempsville will be back in action on Tuesday, November 2nd at 5 p.m. here at the Regional Training Center against that Cox-Tallwood winner. Coming up next, we've got second-seeded First Colonial taking on 7th-seeded Salem with a start time slated for 3 p.m. Eastern. So for our entire team, Maurice Burnett on camera, I'm Matt Hatfield. Thanks to our sponsors, once again, AstroTurf, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, CHKD Sports Medicine, Chicho's Pizza, Dairy Queen, John's Tax Service, One Life Fitness, Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Why Not Italian, and Soup Eatery. Of course, we can't forget about Vault Athletics and Fitness. Again, I'm Matt Hatfield. We'll talk to you next time right here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach.